Let's get to it. Top 25 athletes since 2000.
The Great Debate Series. 25 greatest athletes since 2000.
Wow, we are just blazing through this list. So I should probably start from 25, Perloff, in case anyone's tuning in for the first time. We've been revealing 5 new athletes a day. So this started Monday. So here we go. 25 was Shaun White. 24 was Alexander Ovechkin. 23, Shohei Ohtani. No Mike Trout on the list. 22, Floyd Mayweather. 21, Clayton Kershaw. 20 is Diana Taurasi. 19, Rafael Nadal. 18, Aaron Rodgers. 17, Sidney Crosby. 16, Tim Duncan. 15, Simone Biles. 14, Kobe Bryant. 13, Peyton Manning. 12 is Roger Federer. 11, Patrick Mahomes. We did put Mahomes over Peyton Manning. We also put Tim Duncan on the list, and Kobe. We did not put Shaquille O'Neal on this list because it is greatest athletes since the year 2000.
Yep, pull up Shaq's stats. A lot of 90s in there.
All right, are you ready for the next 5?
All right, I'll announce the names, and you give us the 411. Number 10. Oh, this picture is great on our Twitter feed. He's chewing his mouth guard. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, the 4-time NBA champ, the 2-time MVP, a 1-time Finals MVP, 4 All-NBA first teams. That would obviously probably been a lot more if Kevin Durant hadn't joined the team, but obviously transcend the game. Greatest shooter of all time. Steph Curry, 10 on the list.
Okay, number 9, Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps, the most successful and decorated Olympian of all time, comes in at number 9. 28 medals, 23 of them gold. He competed in 5 Olympic Games starting in 2000, 04, 08, 12, and 2016. He's won more medals himself than 161 countries combined.
Wow. Okay.
Michael Phelps.
Number 8, Cristiano Ronaldo.
This is for all the soccer fans out there. Ronaldo makes the list. Of course, 5 Ballon d'Ors, 4 Euro Golden Shoes. Stu will describe those later. 5 UEFA Champions League. Most appearances, goals, and assists in Champions League. 3 consecutive Premier League titles as well. And the only player to score in 5 different World Cup tournaments.
Okay, number 7, Mr. Djokovic.
Novak Djokovic, 7th on the list. Current number 1 men's singles player in the world at 36 years old. 389 weeks at number 1, spanning 12 different years. He's got the all-time record for men's singles, 23 Grand Slam titles, 10 Aussie Opens, 3 French Opens, 7-time Wimbledon champ, 3-time U.S. Open champion, and triple career Grand Slam, which means he won each of the 4 majors 3 times each, at least.
Ooh. Number 6, Usain Bolt.
And Usain Bolt rounds out the last athlete we're going to reveal today, an 8-time Olympic gold. Basically, the greatest sprinter of all time. The only sprinter to win the 100-meter, 200-meter races at 3 consecutive Olympics. That's 08, 2012, 2016. He is also the current world record holder in the 100, the 200, and the 4x100-meter relay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now down to the top 5.
Yeah, we really hit the mainstream sports. So that's what we got: tennis, a track, a swimming.
Oh, you got Steph Curry in there.
Steph Curry, yeah. I am one of those jerks who could throw out the argument, well, if there's no ball, it's not a sport. I don't always say that, and I'm not a track and field fan per se. I don't watch it except for the Olympics. Usain Bolt was so thrilling that he transcended his sport to me. Like, normally, I wouldn't put a sprinter in my list, but, you were covering those Olympics. Wasn't it insane what he did?
Amazing. Again, let's go to our pal Bob Costas. If you don't believe us, let's hear Bob Costas on Usain Bolt. He joined us earlier this week.
Usain Bolt, 3 times, won the 100 and the 200, plus picked up another gold in relays. No one ever did that. Carl Lewis and Jesse Owens were more well-rounded Olympians, but last time I checked, they weren't involved in the 21st century. So Usain Bolt, he belongs there. He's the fastest human, so far as we know, of all time, unless someone back before recorded history was running around caves faster than that.
As only Costas can. So that was Costas on Usain Bolt. We also have Costas weighing in on Michael Phelps, who came in 9th on the list.
Phelps, who has 28 medals and I think 23 of them gold. So he's got volume. And of course, swimmers and people in certain events have advantages because there are more medals on offer to them. But still, you can't deny what Phelps did. So I think he did well with that.
Okay. Stu and Mike, I will defer to you on Ronaldo. I mean, I'm pretty sure we got this one correct here. Obviously, we still have 5 more to go, and we're not saying whether or not he's the only soccer player to make the list.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the 2 greatest soccer players ever, and one of the 2 greatest soccer players of the generation. The golden shoes, like you said, for the most goals in European competition. He is second behind another European soccer player during that time, second most all time. So he's right there as one of the greats of all time.
Moist is in the chat, says golden shoes sounds like the thing people did for babies in the 80s, like a bronze shoe. No, golden shoe, a lot more accomplished than that. Sam, do you want to weigh in?
No, I can't have you keep reading his name over and over and over again. The guy in the chat with that M word. It just makes
Get
me
over
cringe. It's interesting to me because I'm looking at it and we talk so much about football and basketball and baseball, and I mean, we've got a sprinter, a tennis player, a soccer player, and a swimmer. 4 of our top 10 so far, which is really fascinating to me. And it really just breaks down what is an athlete. Are we talking about athletic prowess? Are we talking about what they did in their respective sport? Obviously you can say Djokovic in his respective sport, Bolt in his respective sport. But we talked about Bolt. He's like, I'll play football. I'll go play football and I'll sprint and I'll run. I'll catch balls. Nobody wanted to have him on the football field, so maybe he's not that athletic. Maybe he just can run fast in a straight line for a short distance. So I think it's super interesting because now we're starting to get into not whether or not these guys belong, because clearly these 10 belong. It's a matter of what is athleticism,
right? How do you but this is also clearly we don't have one criteria for this list because we're kind of moving it around a little because we wanted to be well-rounded and really represent a lot of different people. But it's not just about athletic achievement. It's about accomplishment, too.
Totally. And it's not about athleticism. It's also the mental game. I actually said to this before the show, I go to Maggie, are we sure that Djokovic is a better athlete than Kevin Durant? And that's another thing, too. We're comparing apples and oranges. They're very different sports. As I look at it, when we were doing this list, everyone made sense to me. I do feel like maybe we're a little too international.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you're telling the story of sports from the year 2000 on, I don't think you can tell the story of sports. If an alien landed on this planet and tell me about sports since 2000, are you not going to put Michael Phelps on the list?
You are, but you have to understand that he is swimming in a much smaller pool of athletes. He's competing against 1/100th the number of people that Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody in the world wants to be a soccer
players. Then that's a smaller pool because only this country plays NFL football.
Much bigger pool, though, because but I mean, listen, for the most part, there's
everyone
just
in the world swims.
Yeah, but there's a small group in California who's really competing for these titles, and I don't know.
And where did all the football prospects come from? California, Texas, Florida.
Yeah, I just don't think. To me, swimming is just in general not as impressive as these gigantic team sports, these international sports. And you're right, football is a smaller pool, but basketball, everybody wants to be a great basketball player. Everyone wants to be a great soccer player. Not everybody gets in a pool and swims a 50.
Okay, but it's not like Michael Phelps won a couple golds here and there.
Right.
It took him winning 23 gold medals and 28 medals overall to achieve the fame that he did. He didn't just break the record, he blew it out of the water, no pun intended.
But Bob Costas pointed out swimming is designed that way, where there are many similar events that you can accumulate many golds.
Right.
So Mark Spitz won 1 million golds. I think he had 7 and 1 Olympics.
Yeah, I know, but Phelps basically destroyed that record.
Right, but they're basically doing the same thing, right? I mean, for example, there are a lot of events where you can't win 7 gold medals.
Right, if you play basketball, you're only winning 1.
Is it that impressive? I like Michael Phelps, but is that he's the fastest in 50 yards? He does the same stroke and he's the fastest in 100. Is that really any different?
Well, that's Usain Bolt, too. He's the fastest at 100, so he's the fastest at the 200.
Right, but I only care about the 100. But anyway, yeah.
Your own record.
I don't know. Do you think, are there people who think we have the wrong soccer player? I'm curious. Is there an argument for the other guy to be below Cristiano Ronaldo.
In what order are they supposed to be? It's Messi. Like, what order is Messi Ronaldo?
I think the World Cup title solidified Messi. I think there was more of an argument maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but the World Cup title, I think it's kind of put dead.